Hello, welcome to the 30s Comedy Podcast. My name is Clint McKay.
Uncle Marcus.
What's going on, Marcus?
What's going on, Clint?
So you're not at TwitchCon?
Yeah, that's TwitchCon. Yeah, I know. I said in the last episode I'd be going to TwitchCon and talking about my experience for TwitchCon. I'm not going because of a mix-up. I thought it was next week. And it turns out it's this week, and I couldn't. I have stuff I have to do this week that I cannot postpone.
Yeah.
So I had to call up the hotel, and I had to cancel the hotel reservation. No. And I can't get refunded for my tickets, the TwitchCon tickets, which, whatever, they weren't that expensive.
How much were those?
I don't remember, but I know when I bought them, I was like, oh, that's pretty cheap. I thought it was cheaper than I thought it was going to be for all 3 days.
Like WonderCon?
I think it was more expensive than that, but it wasn't anything.
Yeah.
I was surprised at how cheap they were, so it wasn't much of a hit. And yeah, so I'm not there this weekend. But that's okay. It's okay. From what I've seen so far right now from people that are there, not missing much. And everybody's masked up too, and it's just
masked up.
I do that for Comic-Con, and it was such a mess because like they were very like, you have to wear a mask. You have to wear a mask. Like, okay, whatever. But like half the people were and half the people weren't wearing masks. And then I'd be like, what are we doing here? And then so like I would take it off, and then some rando who was like staff would be like, put your mask back on. And then I'd look left and right, and nobody else was wearing masks. I'm like, but I have to. And it was a joke.
Targeted.
Yeah. Yeah, it was targeted.
Some bullshit.
So it's not that big. There'll be next year, you know, and hopefully next year there'll be no mask bullshit, and it'll be like, even they were talking about meet and greets, and it was like, you know, it's at the discretion of the person doing the meet and greet. They may be standing 6 feet. It's like, wow.
It's the discretion of them?
Yeah, they said they had their rules in place, but they said for the meet and greets, it's like it's up to whoever's meeting, like whoever the person you're meeting is. It's up to their discretion about what they want to do for the health stuff. And I was like, well,
that's really convenient.
It's like, so it'll be like, okay, I'm meeting this person right here, but the one next to me, say they're real like, real hard up on COVID, so like, but they're like in a bubble. It's just like it was stupid.
Yeah, like Twitch people might not be like this, but those like A-list actor types for like Comic-Con and stuff, they must be like rejoicing that they don't have to like be touched by everybody.
Yeah. It was interesting seeing at Comic-Con when they did some of the interviews, and like how some of the movie stars, celebrities were in masks in the interviews, but then like it was one I saw, it was the one that I really stuck out was for Wakanda Forever, and the actress that plays Okoye, Denai, whatever her name is, was doing an interview in a mask, but then the girl that plays Ironheart standing right next to her, but she's not in a mask. Neither is the interviewee. So it's like, what is this? You know?
It's like we just get to see how they voted.
Pretty much. Yeah. It's like,
and how they would vote next.
Yeah, exactly. You're drawing your line in the sand there. So
yeah, you're like, hey, so I'm a Democrat.
Yeah.
Let's go next to me.
I want everybody to know it.
Look at me. Look at me.
Which fine, whatever. Do your thing.
Okay.
It is what it is. So I will not be reporting about TwitchCon this.
Okay. Hopefully next time it'll be because you're a Twitcher.
Maybe. We'll see. Next week, the Comic-Con tickets go on sale for return. Return attendees, which is myself. So I'm going to try and get tickets for that. But I don't know. Because this is the first time they're selling tickets again where it'll be like a free for all like it used to be. Because my tickets got rolled over from being canceled from COVID. So I was good this past time. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. But this is the first week of October. And when we recorded our last episode, we were still in September, but it actually went up, I think, October 1st. But you and I have decided to do Sober October.
Woo!
Holy shit.
Sober October.
Sober October, baby. And today, as of today, where we're recording this, it has been 1 week of Sober October.
How do you feel?
I feel amazing.
I feel so good.
I feel great. Had a lot of sleep.
Yeah.
That's probably the best. It sounded like birth there.
First of all, I got sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably All right. That's probably the best part of this so far is the sleep.
I think so too.
Yeah, because it translates into so many other things in your day to day, and my skin's looking good. I'm glowing, not just from this light. That's my skin. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's coupled with working out and stuff too. I'm not going as crazy as like some other people with like working out because I got shit to do during the day. Yeah, it's been going great. How's it going for you?
Yeah, I feel like I'm able to focus more and get more stuff done. And I'm like, that's exactly what I wanted.
Right.
Was to be able to go, okay, well, I have all these things I have to do. And now, like, because now I realize all the times I did drink just for anxiety, where it'd be like, oh, I have to do this school assignment. So I'm going to have a drink and then blitz through it really fast. But instead, I was like I blitzed through it fast, and then I'm like, oh, I'll go do the next one instead of like taking that weird pause to drink. And then it's like, it's also like, I'm not like, there's like nothing that we're missing.
Right.
Which is like the big thing.
Yeah.
And it makes you realize, like, it's good because then you realize how often you do drink or like how often you use it. Like whenever you stop doing something. So it's good now because I'm like, oh, I guess I was doing it too much.
Yeah, I would do it just as a routine almost, where it's like, oh, it's like 7 or 8 at night. Like, I'll have to start drinking. Because it's just like a crutch isn't the right word, but just like a nice way to just get into whatever. I thought like a way to get into what you're doing. Like, so if I was reading or writing or playing anything, drowning on YouTube, like, oh, let's just get a little bit drunk first.
Yeah, I would just relax, especially if it's like a night where I'm free and I'm in and I'm watching like a stand-up special.
Yeah.
That's when I'm like, oh, because then it also makes me feel like I'm at the show.
Yes, it's okay. Keep going, but yeah.
And so I realized, oh, that might be maybe one of the harder things to do now is to not drink while watching stand-up.
Yeah, because you and I are going to the Comedy Store next week, and
Monday. Oh, it's going
to be dry.
Tuesday.
So
Monday night.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. Yeah. It's going to be a dry night for us, and it'll be my first time being sober in a comedy club. And I've been I've been very drunk, and I've just been like having a good time, that kind of drinking. And this will be my first time dry at a comedy club, so I know I'll have a good time, but I also think that that's kind of part of it. Part of the show is getting a little loose. Have a few drinks. And that way, you're laughing a bit more, and you're like having, you're feeding off the energy of a bunch of drunks around you as well, and not the sloppy ones. They can fuck off and get out of the show. But like it's gonna be interesting to go to a stand-up show or comedy, whatever, and just be sober. But
it'll be cool. Like the last time when I was just ready to laugh. Like I was like, oh. I got it that time. When before it would have been more of a delay for me. Okay. Because you'd be so relaxed. You'd be like, ugh, instead of like when you're sober, you're like instant laugh.
I thought about it as when I thought like, oh, it's gonna suck. I'll be sober. When I watch stand up at home, and you said you have a drink, I usually don't have a drink.
Oh, you don't.
Watch them, so I'm usually sober because I watch them. Usually I watch them in like sections because I don't have that much free time at a time. So I'll watch like 20 minutes here and there. And I'm always sober and I still enjoy the shows.
Yeah.
So I thought like, I don't know. It's going to be different being inside the club, because you're with other people and they're right on stage. But and this show is going to be especially great. It's got an amazing lineup. So I would love to be drunk watching this show, but it'll be fine. I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah.
Back to Sober October. I attempted to do Sober October in 2020, which was the wrong year to do it.
That's the hardest one.
Yep, because it was pandemic and I wasn't working. I got furloughed from my job, so I was just home all day doing nothing, and it lasted maybe like a week and a half. Fuck this, I'm getting drunk at 12 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And this time is different because I'm just so busy these days with work and then with writing and this.
I'm so busy that if I did drink, it'd bleed into the next thing I have to do. And that's where you realize, oh, that's why you shouldn't.
Yeah, it's sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Sorry. It's unusual waking up sober every day and like, oh, this is how you're supposed to feel.
This is how,
Doesn't it feel good to feel good every day?
Yeah.
Be fully rested.
I can hear my dad go, yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, well, but
your dad sounds like a Muppet.
Yeah, but it's like a Muppet meets the cop from The Simpsons. Yeah, all right, everybody. So he's like, yeah, well, I show CrossFit, but also a Family Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, Brian.
Is that how he talks? I've never heard your dad speak.
A little bit. Kind of.
Sounds like a cartoon.
Yeah, can you do an impression of your dad?
I probably can, but even if I did it, I wouldn't think I sound like him.
That's that good?
Yeah. Well, no. It's like, okay, here's an interesting story. My grandma's British, so she has a British accent. I've never heard it.
Never heard, yeah.
No, and it's interesting growing up. Like you hear it, I'd hear her talk and like, oh, whatever. And then I'd have friends who would either be over or she would like pick me up places, and then they would hear her talk and they'd be like, holy shit, like she's British. And I was like, yeah. I was like, she has a thick accent. I was like, she does? I don't hear shit. And it's interesting, like we hear, like I would probably be able to do my dad pretty well, but I wouldn't even hear it, like how you would maybe do it. Yeah, it's weird with like the accents. Because you have family that has accents, right? And do you hear it?
Yeah, well, because my dad would say the same about his mom, because his mom was from England,
right?
And his dad was Scottish. So
were they around?
Well, my mom would. They passed away before I was born.
Okay.
So I never heard them speak. Mm-hmm. But my mom would say, "Oh yeah, that's a thick accent." My dad would be like, "What? Huh?
That sounds funny.
Huh? What?" But then the Scottish family that have spoken to me or that have visited, it's interesting hearing, because they're like out with the sheep all day. Like they're the like shepherds, and they make they make hardest tweed. So they make tweed shirts and jackets and all that. So when they talk, I think it's a bit more, probably more like how people in the South speak. Yeah, it's less like reeled in. So it's more like it goes really high and low. It's like a roller coaster of like volume, and you're just like, yeah, you could, yeah, I have Facebook.
They talk to you and you tell you,
stop yelling at me.
Yeah, I think I didn't. I never heard it because she was around all the time. It wasn't like she'd come to visit once in a while. Like she was always around. So I just grew up listening to it, and then there'd be like words here and there where she'd say like tacos or something, but I wouldn't think like it's an accent. Though. She just talks funny.
Where from England is she from?
Winchester.
Winchester. That's like what Mrs. Doubtfire says. Is it really Winchester?
Yeah, she's from Winchester.
Yeah. Interesting.
Isn't Miss Doubtfire is Scottish?
Yeah, well,
Irish?
It's like a Scottish voice, but then Pierce Brosnan is the stepdad,
right? Who's
actually from England, so he calls her out on it.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, he does. Yeah, he does say that. Okay, you're right.
So Winchester, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure where in England that is.
Did you ever know your grandpa?
No, he died before I was born.
He did.
Yeah. He died before. I don't know. I was gonna go into his whole story, but it's not that interesting. He worked on the Queen Mary.
So that's the weird thing is that so your grandpa worked on the Queen Mary.
Yeah.
My grandparents came on the Queen Mary here.
They could have met.
They might have met.
He was a bartender, so they could have. It runs in the family. They could have got a drink from him.
Our grandpa was an alcoholic, so he would have.
Most likely did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Both my dad's grandparents are from the UK, and then they moved to Canada because he worked on cruise ships, so they're doing like between Canada and the UK. And then I'm not sure where the Queen Mary came from, whatever, but it ended up in Long Beach or like going to that port. So then that's when they moved to Long Beach. And then he died shortly after that. But he worked on the Queen Mary.
Oh, wow.
So he died when my dad was like 7 or 8. So
okay.
Even my dad was like, I don't really remember him.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing? Back to Sober October. Yeah.
Yeah. Sober October.
I'm feeling great. I am having no problems.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is gonna be pretty easy.
Yeah. It was just when different just life starts happening, I realized, I'm stressing about this now, but I'm also not really wanting to drink.
Yeah.
I really want to commit to it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to blow it.
Yeah. Okay, so last time I asked you if you set a goal or like a reward for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Did you set a reward for yourself?
Well, I'm definitely going to use the money I save from not buying alcohol towards something. But I've also had to figure out other future plans because I have to do student teaching next year. So I'm going to have to just save it for life next year. I'm going to have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. We'll see. But definitely a night out. Like a good night.
Yeah.
Really good night out.
I'm going to Malibu.
Yeah.
That's what I decided on.
Yeah. Steakhouse. Oh, steak like Malibu?
Yeah. I'm going out to Malibu.
Be good.
Get an Airbnb, chill in Malibu.
Yeah. I'd do something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe not Malibu, but.
But where?
Probably just Newport.
Okay.
I like
Same thing, just down here.
Yeah. By the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just yourself?
Yeah. I don't know.
That'd be nice.
Hang out for a weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Or just maybe like a day or two. Just
yeah.
Like a nice Airbnb. Go to some because there's vineyards out there. Go to some vineyards.
Oh, okay.
Maybe go to fucking Nobu or Mastro's.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one, please. Like
we're 2 for $1.
Yeah.
5 old fashions, please.
Yeah.
Your finest steak.
Get very drunk.
Get all the apps.
Yeah. I'll take one
Get
of
all
everything.
the food,
One seafood tower just for myself.
Yeah. You're like, you don't understand. I did Sober October.
The menu says it's 4-2. I don't give a fuck. I want a seafood tower.
Do you know who I am? I'm on the 30s podcast, damn it.
You ever been to Mastro's and had their seafood tower?
I don't think so.
I think it's for more than 2 people, but it's like it is what it is. It's like a tower of like shrimps and like crab legs. Why am I saying it like that? Other seafood options on there too. Mm-hmm. And it's meant for like a group. I'm getting one for me.
There you go.
And seafood tower. I'll take
I want to eat
seafood tower and a fillet and a baked potato, extra sour cream, butter, and chives.
I just want to have just all the food in front of me.
Yeah.
And just look like a king.
And can you take my picture?
Yeah. Can you take my reward pic?
Yeah, I got to make sure that everyone knows I did this. Mm-hmm. I don't want to eat any of the food, but just take the picture, please. I demand, I'll send it all back. I'm not paying for anything. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Go out to Malibu and
that's cool.
Just chill. But I think that's also kind of why it's like I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Problems.
Yeah, I think I'm going to like the not spending money on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. For a while.
The money is kind of nice because when we go out and stuff, and we always drink, and it's the alcohol. It's not more than the food usually, but it's pretty close.
It adds up. It's been really close.
Yeah, especially like I don't know if it's because of the places we're going, but like we'll get drinks and it's like $18 for a fucking drink. The steak is $30.
Yeah, like, that's not that much more.
That's like the drink's more than half of the steak.
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense.
And even if you had like a beer,
a
light beer, it's like $10.
Yeah. Or like
it's just
like a draft beer that's like a lager is like $13, and you're like, this is like 2-3%.
Yeah. Do you mind?
Yeah. I'll just take a walk. Like it's
these Disneyland prices.
Exactly. We're at a theme park. Mm-hmm. Everyone's prices are raising though. It's just going around.
Gas went up again.
Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, the money you're saving on alcohol, and like for me, I'd go to Bevmo or Total Wine once a week. That's like $50.
Yeah.
Maybe twice a week, $100.
Ooh.
So, that's saving money. And there's only positives from Sober October. There's no negatives.
Yeah. Especially if you're using Whoop.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Got a Whoopies.
It's pretty cool. It tells you the kind of quality of sleep you have.
Yeah. And other things.
I like it. I like knowing it. Because I did a pretty hard workout the other day. And it was cool because it tells you like the level you should hit in order to get and I didn't set in any kind of like, oh, this is my goal, but it just gave you like, oh, you should probably go towards there. So when you like work out really hard and you hit that and go past it, it feels really good. Mm-hmm. The next day I did like 3.5 miles on a run. Ooh. And it was cool because it was like halfway was like the point to reach.
Yeah.
And I just kept going.
I haven't done that yet. Mine's still calibrating. I only got it a couple days ago.
Yeah. Now it definitely knows me because the night
you guys
before,
are acquainted now?
Yeah. It's like, hey, it's been a week.
Yeah.
So I know you.
Yeah. All right. When does the next step come?
The next one? Well, let's see.
Instead of putting it around your wrist, you put it around your dick.
Yeah. Oh, that would be to help to cut out pornography.
Oh, you're trying to cut out porn too?
Well, that'd be great.
Okay. Again, we're talking about porn on this thing. That's how we finished. The last one was about porn, and we're hitting there again. Yeah, the loop's been great. I don't have my Apple Watch anymore. I just bought a new one, but it would be the same thing where you have like your loops and stuff you can close, or it'll like compare your workouts and everything. So I'm excited to see what Whoop's gonna do.
It's good stuff.
Calibrating, but yeah, all kinds of. There's no cons. The only con to Sober October, which is subjective con, is like social things, I guess. Because I got invited to a party on the 22nd. A housewarming party. Someone moved into a new place. And I said yes before October 1st. Like, yeah, of course I'll come. And I was like, oh, I'm going to do Sober October. And the group of people that I'm going with are all a bunch of fucking drunks. So, or that if I decide to go, I might not go anymore. But yeah, so like the social aspect of it too. Because you don't want to be that guy that's not drinking if everybody else is.
Yeah. You know? Well, because when you're the one not drinking, then it just becomes really boring.
Or people ask you about it too, like, "Oh, why aren't you drinking?" It's like, well, because I'm not right now. You know, I don't want to. Like somebody asked me at work too. I think I told you we wanted to go out to dinner. I was like, well, let's go next month because I'm not drinking right now. And they're like, well, why? And it's like, does it matter why? I don't want to have to explain myself. And it's just like I'm gonna have that conversation over and over again if you go out to a social event without you're not drinking. It's like I don't want to have that conversation.
I just say I'm doing Sober October.
I just say I'm not drinking right now because even that, like, oh, I'm doing sober. What is that? It's like,
where you don't,
now I got to explain what it is to you. And they're like, well, why are you doing that? And it's like, well, because of these reasons, instead of just me saying, I'm not drinking right now. That's just how I prefer to do it. Or just like, hey, I'm sober. Like when we go to the Comedy Store, if anyone says, I'm sober, and they're like, oh, cool. No questions asked.
They wouldn't care.
You say, I'm doing Sober October. Like, oh, so is every comedian. Yeah. Let's talk about it. Like, let's not talk about it, please. Let's just give me my Sprite and fuck off, So yeah, just that's how I've been avoiding that conversation.
That's this month. Yeah, just give me my Sprite.
Just give me my Sprite. That's what I'm gonna call this episode. Just give me my Sprite.
Just give me my Sprite.
I'm just not drinking right now, and it's been good so far. Those people have been like, okay, I respect that, which is perfect. I don't want to have to explain all the reasons behind it.
As you should.
Yeah. And socially, I don't really go out that often anyway, so that's not
I'm trying to do it less. Yeah. And it's working.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going out sucks.
Yeah, it's not that great.
Or it's not for me. Some people, it's great, but whatever. Speaking of going out, I'm still good with my transitions on this show.
There you go. Still, you talk about it.
Speaking of going out, we went to the movies last night.
Yeah, we did.
We did, and we saw Barbarian. What'd you think?
It was very interesting. It was like 3 movies in one.
Yeah.
The first part, it was like a rom-com.
Yes.
So I was curious. I didn't want to be too happy for them because I thought one of them was going to kill the other.
Yeah.
So I was just like, you have the anxiety because I had no idea what it was about.
Right.
But then it stops and then it goes to this Justin Long. He's like this like actor who just like sexually assaulted his co-star.
Allegedly
does it. And so he's like getting in all this trouble and he's like, well, where can I liquidate some funds? And it's in Michigan where Act 1 just happened. So he goes out there, but that part's kind of nice having him be so terrible because you kind of want him and his like obliviousness to encounter the monster creature bad in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of like, oh, I really hope like he gets his head bashed in. But then like because he's so oblivious, he like avoids all the like stuff that would like naturally scare you if you're going through this area, like in the movie.
Yeah.
And then the last act of the movie is like it kind of folds together.
Yeah.
So it was interesting, but I don't know if I'd watch it again.
Yeah, it was like okay. I didn't know anything going into the movie either.
Yeah.
I just knew that Justin Long was in it. And it was very much a collection of like short films. Like the first part of it was like the rom-com. And you see, it's a horror. We know it's a horror movie.
Yeah.
They don't know it's horror. Yeah. So like we know like, oh, something's gonna happen to these people, but they don't know that. So you see these two people and they're like got like a weird chemistry with each other, which is like kind of cute, but whatever. And then that ends how it ends. And then it goes into the second short film with Justin Long, who's like that dickhead industry guy.
Which was great. I don't really like Justin Long, so
I like Justin Long. He's good when he's like a goofy. Yeah. He's always a goofy motherfucker. He's good as the
goofy mother.
Yeah, he did it again in this movie, and he was funny in this movie. Like he did that. The scene with the tape measure was really funny.
Yeah, he uses the tape measure to measure the deep, dark
the square footage. He finds the snuff film room. God,
yeah,
Sober October is getting to me. He finds the snuff
film
too many room. I can't fucking say it. The snuff film room, and it's just like. You think he's going to be fazed by it, and then the next scene, he's like, how does square footage underground affect price or whatever? And you're like, what the fuck? And then he sees that it's worth something, so he's measuring it, whatever, and then he encounters the monster, and then, next short film, or the short film's over. The next short film is that flashback, where there's like idyllic version of that neighborhood, and that guy's the rapist, and you find out about him, and then that short film is over. And then it's the final short film where it's like the chase, like the monster chase part of the movie. And God, there's so many times in this movie. This had to be intentional, but so the first part, like the rom-com, it ends as like a horror movie. I'm just gonna call this 4 short films. Okay, I'm gonna do that. So the first short film, the rom-com part of it ends as like a typical, horror movie where you're like, don't go in there, don't go down those stairs, what the fuck are you doing? And it did a very good job of that with the girl, where you're like, she knows something's wrong, she has that revelation of like, I gotta get the fuck out of this house, and then she doesn't, and then she like, because of the guy, like he comes home and like goes to check downstairs, and she's like goes after him. It's like, what are you doing? Get out of the house. And there's very much of that film where the audience, I think, is supposed to get mad at her, like yell at the screen.
Yeah.
And it sucked because we watched it in an empty movie theater. It was just us in there. So we were talking at full volume.
Yeah.
Because we could. And we were like, what are you doing? Get out of the house. And it would have been fun to see, like, if it was not a packed theater, but just like a few other people in there, if they were doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I think that was very much the intention of the filmmakers, to be like, hey, be mad at these people because they're being stupid. And then they end up getting, well, spoilers, stuff happens to them. Mm-hmm. And then once Justin Long comes in, it's like a whole other movie. And you're like, oh, like, he starts off as like, you don't really think, this is just me, I didn't think he was that much of a scumbag until the part where he goes out to the nightclub.
Yeah, is that a bar?
Yeah, because it's typical, like, Hollywood industry bullshit where it's like you're being accused of something and it's like, who the fuck knows other than who it happened between. And it's like, oh, the lawyers are saying this, and then like his financial advisor is saying this, and he's just like, but it's my word against her, like that kind of thing. And then he goes out to that nightclub and he's like, whatever he says, like, oh, she said like, no, please stop, but she was into it, and then like she said, and he was like, okay. It's like, oh, he fucking sucks.
He did it wrong.
This guy sucks. He deserves to die. And then he gets back home and leaves her that drunk message. He's like, fuck this guy. He deserves to get barbarized by the barbarian.
Barbarian.
And then that short film ends. And then it's just, I was very up and down with the movie. I was like, I fucking hate this movie. Oh, it's pretty good. Yeah, now it's all right. Oh, I didn't expect that to happen. And I had a good time with it. After thinking about it, I was very like, it was a fun hour and 45 minutes, I guess.
Yeah.
I may not watch it again, but yeah, it was fun.
It was fun. It's probably more fun than because I like some horror movies, but not all.
Yeah.
Because other ones that are out now, I'm like, I don't think that'd be that fun.
There's just so many out nowadays that you're bound to kind of repeat things, which it's going to happen. It's very hard to have a completely original idea in any kind of genre, but especially horror, because there's so many horror movies. They just get churned out. Especially like 70s, 80s, and 90s, there's just so many like just coming out. There's so many movies that it's kind of hard not to redo certain things. And obviously, like every generation, there's going to be new people watching movies, so they may not have watched movies in the 80s or 90s like I have. So like when I see a lot of horror movies nowadays, it's like, all right, you know, like I've seen this, like I've seen Exorcist 3, like everybody copies Exorcist 3 and a lot of shit. This movie didn't do that. But I mean, like for someone like you who doesn't watch a lot of horror movies, that's great that you saw this one.
Yeah. I probably would not have, but it depends. I probably wouldn't have gone to see it by myself.
Oh, really? I wanted to see this by myself, but we happened to be together.
Yeah.
So I was like, you want to go watch it?
Yeah.
And you said yes. I was surprised you said yes.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to watch more horror movies now, I'll take you.
All right.
Yeah. It was funny. The monster in this movie was like, so you say you don't watch a lot of horror movies. This is kind of a trope now. The like withered naked lady.
Withered naked lady?
As the.
What's the first time they used that?
The first time that I've seen it was in Quarantine /Wreck. This movie called Wreck. I think it's a Mexican movie. They speak Spanish, and I'm not sure what part of South America it's from, but pretty sure it's Mexican. But it's like a found footage type movie where it's someone with a camcorder, and they're inside an apartment building. And like the tenants are there. I forget why they get called in there, but they end up getting trapped in the building, like quarantined in the building. And there's like SWAT or whatever outside, and like they won't let them out. And everyone I don't remember this. They find someone who's like a zombie. I guess they're possessed, and then they bite someone and they become possessed. It's almost like a zombie. It's like a zombie movie until you realize it's not a zombie movie, and then they're all possessed. There's like a demon upstairs, or I don't know. I forget. Or the lady's possessed by a demon, something. But the monster is like a withered old lady. It might be a man actually, but you can't really tell. It's just so emaciated, but it's like in a diaper and it's got like saggy tits. And then they did an American version called it Quarantine, which is basically a shot for shot the same thing. But yeah, so I think that was the first time I saw it. The second time I saw it was in It Chapter 2.
Yeah.
You saw that, right?
Yeah.
Well, the old lady turns into like a swinging tits, like
maybe the first time it was used was in The Shining.
The Shining, yeah,
that might be the first time.
Yeah, the old lady in the bathtub. I think there's other movies too, but it's a thing, you know, the naked lady with the swinging tits.
Ugh, so gross.
Yeah.
How it's just so crazy how something so beautiful like boobies can become so nasty,
like saggy and swingy and gross.
Ugh.
Old lady tits are not nice.
No,
they're horrific. They've been used to horrific effect in movies. Like the scene where she breastfeeds him. Sorry, Caesar, spoilers. The monster breastfeeds him, and you're like, ugh. And they zoom in on his mouth and the nipple, and you're like, I don't like this.
Man,
to be fair, that's the first time I've seen that in a movie. An old lady monster breastfeeding Justin Long.
I'm good after that though. That was one and done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a trope I've seen before, but if you haven't, that's great. What else about Barbarian? Yeah, it was all right. It was just fine.
Yeah.
It was just fine. Had a good experience.
Oh, good.
On the topic of movies still. Anything else about Barbarian you want to say?
I think I'm good.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It's all right.
Mario trailer came out.
It's a Mario. It's a Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone.
I'm trying so hard not to be a hater with this movie because I'm sure it's going to be a good movie. It'll
be fun.
It looks good. But fuck. What the voices, like, you have the actors already who play the voices in the games.
Yeah.
And it's just fine. And it's wonderful. And it's Mario. And then there was all this controversy about Chris Pratt voicing Mario. And it was all the producers and himself, like, you guys just chill out. We're working on the voice. It's going to be great. You're going to love it. All this bullshit. And now they finally put out a trailer for the Mario movie, and it's just his voice.
Yeah.
It's just Chris Pratt as Mario. He's not.
I think it's even like Chris Pratt trying to do like a New York accent.
I noticed too the the last line, whatever he says, where he tries to be like an Italian.
Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah. Here we come.
Let's go.
You're just still Chris Pratt. Mm-hmm. You didn't change your voice at all. You just gave yourself an accent.
I just thought about this. It's like if like they did a Mickey Mouse movie, animated Mickey Mouse movie, or like the Goofy movie, but didn't use Phil Farmer, who does the voice of Goofy. It's like they got someone else who's like, they got Ashton Kutcher. Yuck, man.
It's the same thing.
It's the same. Like, it still feels weird, but you got Ashton Kutcher to do Goofy. Like,
the thing is with that, it's like with those characters, they've been voiced. Well, Bill Farmer, I think, has been the longest, but they've been voiced by many different people, but they all do the same kind of like. It's the same. You all know a Donald voice. You all know a Mickey voice. They're all trying to do that voice.
Yeah, and they do really well.
And they all do a good job. Yeah. And then fucking Chris Pratt is doing Chris Pratt as Mario. Yeah. He's not even trying to do Charles Martinet, I think that's his name. Not even trying to do his voice. Mm-hmm. And it's like, he's not dead. He's still voicing Mario in the games. Yeah. He's still getting work as Mario. And it's like, but we don't want you for the movie. And then I saw that thing online. You saw that I posted where they had the trailer, but they put Mario's voice from the games in the trailer. Perfect. And it was like, this is perfect. Yeah. This is amazing. It's like
it's just the weird celebrity thing. They think that they need an A-lister to
sell
do
the movie.
To sell it. Yeah.
Mario's bigger than Chris Pratt.
Mario's pretty damn big.
Sorry to say, Chris Pratt. Mario's bigger than you.
Everyone loves Mario. His
career's been around longer than yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know him before we knew you.
You're going directly to Chris Pratt. You're like, Chris Pratt,
you're watching, right?
Listen, look.
I don't have a problem with you, Chris Pratt, but you're not Mario. You're not Mario. You're Andy Dwyer. That's all you're ever going to be.
Chris, I'd even be upset if Ryan Reynolds was the voice of Mario. I'll say it. I'd even be upset.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's big news, everybody.
Because I love Ryan, but it'd be weird. Yeah. It'd still be weird. Yeah. Even if like Hugh Jackman
What if he tried to do a Mario voice?
If he did?
What if any of them tried?
What would it be? It'd be Mamma Mia.
No. But what if he actually tried and did like, okay, I have my inspiration as Charles Martinet doing like and he actually did that.
Yeah.
And what about then?
I mean, I guess I'd be judging it like I'm judging Chris Pratt. Yeah. Is it good? Is it close?
Is it an attempt? Because it's not even an attempt. It's just, I'm going to do Mushroom Kingdom, here I come. What? Fuck you, Chris Pratt.
Not a good.
But it looks great. Like the studio did the Minions movies, whatever else they did.
Even in it, Keegan-Michael Key does the Toad voice.
Yeah, he does fine as Toad. Yeah, he does the Toad voice. Fuck. Like he tries to do the Toad voice.
He does it.
Yeah, he's not just being Keegan. He's being Toad.
And he could have just done his normal voice. We'd all be like, "Yay, it's Keegan."
Yeah, I'd like him to be Toad.
And he does it.
He does it.
He did it.
Jack Black is being Jack Black, but I guess he's kind of like he looks kind of like Bowser anyway in real life. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like I'm hating on Chris Pratt. I'm not trying to hate on Chris Pratt.
I'm not trying either.
But at least the others that we've heard are like trying to do a voice instead of just being themselves. We'll see about the others. We briefly heard Charlie Day as Luigi. But even like Charlie Day kind of sounds like Luigi anyway.
Yeah, he's got the high-pitched voice. Oh, man.
I don't know.
Where's Peach?
Because, Luigi's not really high-pitched, but he does have that like,
Mamma Mia. Yeah. Just a little, yeah.
Yeah, Charlie Day is kind of a pitched-up Luigi already. Yeah. So, I don't know. Again, I'm not trying to be a hater.
Yeah, but Jack Black was good. Yeah. I'm coming for you.
Yeah. He's doing his Mr. Schneebly voice.
Mr. Schneebly.
Mr. Schneebly.
Today, as your substitute, we have King Bowser.
Yeah. I'm sure there'll be plenty of, when the movie comes out, plenty of cuts of Mr. Schneebly as Bowser. It's going to happen. I can see it already. Because they already did it. They did another one of, what was it? So I don't know. I'll find it. But Jack Black has they intercutted his voice from another movie, but into the Bowser thing, and it was like, oh, it's Jack Black.
It's Jack Black.
I'm still gonna watch it. It's still gonna get my money, so I don't know what I'm complaining about. But
I'm still gonna go to Nintendo Land
soon. Nintendo Land. I wonder if they open at the same time.
Probably.
They do the premiere at Universal Studios.
Maybe.
I'll try and go.
I'll try to go. Yeah.
Yeah. If you work in the industry, I'll cover it on here too.
Send some tickets.
Yeah, send some ticks.
This way.
Yeah, we'll see how the other characters sound. I don't. There's Peach. Still got to hear Peach. Who else is in it? All that matters, I guess. Mario, Peach, Bowser, Luigi. You heard Toad.
Oh, Seth Rogen is in it. Oh, he plays Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong's in it. That's right.
I got my banana.
Yeah. Do you think he's going to do just his voice like that?
Probably. Yeah. Because what's his range? I mean, he's done a lot of animated movies.
But he's just himself.
Yeah,
like
he's just doing him.
The cricket.
Yeah.
Good.
The
grasshopper.
Mantis.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
When he's the bug. Yeah, he's still like, I can do kung fu.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't want to be a hater, but fuck. We'll see. All right. Do you want to do some quizzes?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so last time on the show we did what quiz was it? Do you remember?
I forget what it was called, but it was like, did you believe these growing up?
Oh, okay.
All those
Forgot.
phrases like Santa Claus and
okay. Oh, it was what lies did you believe? Something like that.
Yeah.
But I pulled 4 quizzes. I'll let you choose. I liked when you did it. Okay. I don't know if you want to do this one. Everyone matches the vibe of one fictional lesbian.
Ooh.
Which one are you?
I've always wanted to know this.
Do you want to do this one?
Real quick.
Okay.
I got to know what the options of lesbians are.
Okay. What would you rather do during free time? Write, garden, hang out with friends, text my partner, take fun quizzes, play softball. I added that one. Now it's on there. Write, garden, hang out with friends, text my partner, take fun quizzes.
I'll say right.
Right. Okay. Next one. I'd probably do the same. Maybe garden. I've been trying to get into like plants and stuff. Not been successful.
I think what lesbian that would be though. I don't know.
Into gardening or writing? Into gardening. Into gardening. They love getting into that bush. All right.
Yeah, they love that book.
Yeah. Who would you rather kiss? Someone's wife, a gardener. Again with the gardening. My enemy, my best friend, my crush.
So someone's wife.
Gardener.
Why? What's the gardener?
I don't know. We'll find out at the end. It's gonna be like Poison Ivy's a lesbian. That's probably what it is.
Oh,
she's a lesbian now.
lesbian.
The Harley Quinn show.
It's got to be. I'll go with my crush. Seems safe.
And call one last person. Who would it be? My parents? My partner? I don't call, just text. That one's me. My best friend? My manager?
I'll say my partner, I guess.
Yeah, I'd definitely do the text. What would you rather eat? Mashed potatoes, ice cream, cake, scones, pasta?
Do pasta.
Pasta. Probably the same. What's something you can't live without? My bestie, my hobby, my writing utensils, my pet, my soulmate.
I'll say my pet.
I'd probably do hobby or writing utensils for me. Pets come and go. They do. They don't love us. Who's your favorite Disney princess?
Okay.
Tiana, Rapunzel, Belle, Merida, Cinderella.
Let's do Belle.
Which one's Tiana?
The Princess and the Frog.
Okay, yeah.
Frog one?
Frog one.
Ribbit.
Favorite trope. Speaking of rom-coms. Friends to lovers. Enemies to lovers. Love triangle. Young love. I love it all.
Let's say friends to lovers.
Lovers. I have no opinion on any of those.
Love triangle. That sounds too exhausting.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you're like sharing someone.
Well, it's not a thruple. It's like
it's like
you're not sharing
you're competing.
Anybody. It's competing.
You're competing. So it's like
you're not sharing in a love triangle. Someone's gonna get left out.
Yeah, I don't have the time to do that.
Okay, what color would you paint your nails? Red, green, pink, purple. I don't paint my nails.
Let's do purple.
Purple. I'd probably do green. Others seem kind of cliche.
It's gonna give you poison ivy.
Maybe.
Sure.
Yeah, I picked plants at the beginning and I picked green this time. And finally, pick your favorite article of clothing. A dress, skirt, pants, shirt, jacket.
Let's go jacket.
Jacket's like a snowboarding jacket.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay. Your lesbian is Danny Clayton from The Haunting of Bly Manor.
What is that?
I don't know. I don't know. It looks like, what's her name? Chick from Darcy, what's her name? From Thor.
Oh.
I think that's who that is.
Is that her?
Kat Dennings.
Kat Dennings? Oh.
I saw the first Haunting of Hill House. That's what it was called. That was pretty good. The quote that comes attached to it is, "I'm a lot braver than people think, including me."
All right. I'll take that.
I'm a little disappointed with that one.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what the other lesbians are, though.
I don't know. I don't know how many fictional lesbians there are out there. Probably a lot. We still got time. Should we do another?
Yeah.
Okay. So the other ones you can choose from are... Let me choose.
Mm-hmm.
This food quiz will finally determine if you're actually smart or not.
Oh, God. Okay.
If you're lactose intolerant, you're losing brain points, babe.
Oof.
God, BuzzFeed. Jesus.
That's someone's job.
I know. All right. Pick a food.
10.
Only 3 choices. Melon, pizza, or sushi? That's it.
Sushi.
Really? Over melon and pizza? Over pizza?
Trying to be smarter.
Okay. I think melon would be the smarter one.
Maybe.
Pick a dessert. Ice cream, cookie, or candy. Those are all the same thing.
Ice cream.
God. Okay, ice cream. Pick a snack. Chips, popcorn, crackers.
Popcorn.
I think I would choose chips. Pick a carb. Noodles, pasta, or rice.
Pasta.
Pasta. I'd choose noodles. The picture is a picture of ramen. I would choose that one. Pick a breakfast. Cereal, bread, or waffle. What is it going to
waffle?
I'm not.
I have no idea.
I have low expectations for this. It's already over. Your verdict is not so smart.
Oh, great.
You don't pay attention and you're kind of lost sometimes.
What?
Hey, at least you're street smart. I don't.
Off those foods? First of all, we're picking desserts.
Yeah, fuck this.
If you're really smart, you're avoiding dessert. And you're not getting pasta. You're not getting carbs either. Where's the protein?
I don't know.
There's no protein on that list. Protein builds muscles in your arms and your brain.
Yeah. All right. This one's we can finish on a spooky one. Last topic today.
Yeah.
We already talked about, so whatever. We'll finish on this. This is a spooky quiz. It's called It's Spooky Season.
Ooh.
So I'm challenging you to answer these Halloween-themed polls. What do you prefer doing on the night of Halloween? Staying in and watching spooky movies, going out and partying, trick-or-treating with friends?
Probably would watch movies.
Same. I'll give you the result. 51% agreed. Which spooky song do you love the most? Thriller by Michael Jackson, Monster by Lady Gaga, Disturbia by Rihanna, Ghostbusters by Ray Parker Jr. Heads Will Roll by the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, Monster Mash by Bobby Pickett.
Probably Ghostbusters.
That or Heads Will Roll.
Mm-hmm.
Winner was Thriller. That's not surprising.
Yeah.
Which movie gets you in the spooky mood? Corpse Bride, Sleepy Hollow, Trick or Treat, Hocus Pocus, Nightmare Before Christmas, or Beetlejuice?
I'd rather watch Nightmare Before Christmas.
I'd rather watch Beetlejuice.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Did you watch Hocus Pocus, the new one?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. I haven't had time or interest in watching that.
43% said Hocus Pocus.
43%?
Do
people like the new one? Did you like the new one?
It was more of the same. They did the same gags, the same jokes.
Yeah.
Just they're old ladies now.
Yeah.
So
is it tougher? Tougher to be a witch when you're older? Maybe.
For them. They did the same shit. I don't know.
Trying to kill little kids again? Is that what they do?
Yes. What are they trying to do?
Are they trying to
I already
eat
forgot.
kids?
I think they're trying to get like the main. I don't know. They're just running around the city doing like drag queen stuff. So
Oh.
I don't know. I forgot already. I wasn't like a huge Hocus Pocus fan. Anyway, I watched it as a little kid. Thought it was fine. It would always be on every Halloween on the Disney Channel.
Mm-hmm.
like whatever. And then I don't know when it exploded into this huge like tradition, and
I don't know,
like people dressing up as Halloween, and like now they're everywhere during Halloween, and I don't know when that happened, but
I think it's the same people that are on Instagram a lot.
Who's that?
Like the specific demographic of seems like specifically girls or women.
Yeah.
Women in their late 20s, 30s on Instagram.
Yeah. That's like our generation.
Yeah, but you don't see the guys like in Hocus Pocus.
I guess not. Whatever. Hocus Pocus sucks.
Yeah.
Which snack will you be munching on? Spider cupcakes. Very specific. Candy corn, Kit Kats, pumpkin pie M&Ms. I didn't know that was a thing. Caramel popcorn or mummy cake pops?
What? Oh, let's do
mummy cake pops.
Yeah.
Look, mummy cake pops.
Oh, those look those look better than the other ones.
Yeah. I'd probably say M&Ms, but just like a peanut M&M,
usually
not
Kit
a pumpkin
Kats.
pie. Okay, we'll do Kit Kats. 29%, that's the highest.
Oh.
Which drink will you be sipping on? Hot cocoa with marshmallows, spooktacular milkshake, iced coffee, how's iced coffee a Halloween drink? Pumpkin spice latte, Halloween cream soda, cookies and cream, frappe.
Ooh, cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream?
Yeah. Sweet treat.
That's the winner, 39%. Which TV series gives you bats in your stomach? Don't know what that means. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Supernatural, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, Goosebumps, The Vampire Diaries, Stranger Things.
Probably Stranger Things of all those.
Probably say Buffy. Grew up with Buffy.
Yeah.
42% agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Shocking. What would you dress up as? Witch, vampire, devil, ghost?
Probably vampire.
Vampire.
Because I could do a vampire from What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah.
Like Matt Berry.
There's so many
It's a very
iterations.
specific voice.
I haven't seen it.
He's pretty funny. Everything he says is funny.
Yeah.
Matt
I want to
Berry.
get into it, but
Yeah.
how many seasons is it now?
Like 3 or 4?
3 or 4? Yeah, I heard you can skip the first.
Yeah, I mean the first one is they do a lot of bits like from the movie.
I haven't seen the movie.
Oh, well it's good. It's really good.
I'd probably do vampire too, because you could just dress normal and be like, there's so many iterations of vampires.
Yeah.
Like those True Blood ones, where they just pop their teeth in and out. So
Yeah.
They just look like humans. All right, vampire. 46% was witch. Sorry.
Oh, ugh.
Lastly, what do you get most excited for in the stores during the month of October? Pumpkin-shaped bath bombs, of course. Halloween decor, delicious candy, spooky baking tools, costumes, soft and cuddly toys.
Say costumes.
Spooky baking tools. Okay,
Spooky baking tools?
Spooky, like this picture is cookie cutters
of
like bats and pumpkins and candies.
No.
Not delicious candy.
I can't do candy as much anymore.
All right, let's do costumes. The decor won by 50%. Let's see. Again, this is another one of those fucking quizzes that have no results at the end of them. God, this happened last time too. Just a bunch of ads.
What a jip. What's the ad?
Target.
Oh, of course it is.
Yeah, I want you to buy their decor.
Jokes on them.
What a jip.
Jokes on them. You have to buy the decor in like August.
What was the cause? It was just cause.
They'll run out by now.
Challenge you to answer these polls. I guess, I don't know, whatever. BuzzFeed sucks.
Yeah.
I guess we can go ahead and wrap it up today. We've been going for almost an hour now.
Sure.
Next week will be week 2 check-in of Sober October. Clint, where can they find you?
Instagram at @the_Clint_show.
And you can find me on Instagram as well. Uncle 2_Marcus. We're on the YouTubes, 30s Podcast, Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you can find your podcast. You can find us. And thank you for being here. See you next week.
Bye.